is my papa right here.
Oh.
It's okay.
This is my papa right here.
Hi, I'm Papa. What are we doing?
We are planting again.
So it's a follow-up to Summertime Science.
Yes.
We told everybody we would be back a week later to give you a progress update. Unfortunately,
Correct.
or fortunately, River had a beach day with her friend.
Asher.
And who else?
Mama Margie and Papa Bob.
So she was out.
And then I boogie board. I kind of did it on my knees, kind of. And I did it with my feet, like a surfboard. With the big waves.
With the big
and
waves.
And then I boogie board on my tummy, and one came after one while another one was coming. So I was like, whoosh, whoosh.
So River likes enjoying her California summer.
Mm-hmm.
The week before that, she went to. Oh, no, that was this week. What else did you go do?
I went to the zoo.
And?
That's it.
Did the monkey throw poop on you and it land on your nose?
Oh, guess what? The monkeys weren't out.
Oh, they weren't out.
The first time we looked at them, it was too hot for them.
Uh-huh.
Actually, I knew why they didn't come. Because there were no bananas in the basket. Because monkeys only eat bananas. And then they poop and then they throw it at people.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, when we looked at the monkeys, there was glass.
There was glass.
Yes,
Maybe they put the glass up because that video that they showed on Facebook of
yeah.
the grandma.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, it is sometimes funny to laugh at somebody else's misfortune. Just look for banana throws poop at grandma.
Banana?
Or monkey. Monkey throws poop at grandma. And I tell you, you will completely laugh. Sorry to laugh at someone else's misfortune. All right, so if you look at our greenhouse, you can actually see on the top, I'll kind of jiggle it. I don't know if you can see it, but it's full of humidity. So one of the things that, after I sealed this up and I put it on, I decided, you know what, this is just going to be what's called a cross-contamination experiment, because the H2O2, the Miracle-Gro, and the water are all evaporating, and they're all kind of coming together, and they're making this super mixture. So,
what does evaporating mean, River?
Evaporating, if something is in the heat, if a different evaporating, if something's in the heat, then that means it's getting hotter and hotter, and you can't touch it with your hand for long because it's hot.
Mm-hmm.
And if that is water, the water turns into mist, and it goes up.
Yes.
That's how we get rain, because the mist goes up, it gathers in the cloud, and then it rains back down. So what we made was like a little mini Earth. So when the water evaporates, instead of it going away, it gets caught inside. That's why you can see all the little water droplets all over it.
All of those.
And then you know what happens? It gets so heavy that it falls back down. So it's actually raining inside our greenhouse box.
She's taking notes on that.
All right. So I think I got it cut. We're just going to cut it open. We're going to be very gentle with this because we don't want to lose any of our condensation buildup. What?
I see some.
What I want you to do is when I take this off, I want you to smell. Can you smell the house? Now we're going to take this off and we're going to let you smell it.
Papa, look at this.
Smell it, River. Smell it.
It smells way different. Yeah.
It smells like discuss.
All right.
Papa,
What?
happened?
I understand. That's part of the experiment. So if you guys remember,
What happened?
I'm going to have to tilt this very carefully not to lose any of our biology that we're creating. Biology is the way that the soil and the water works together. It's kind of like what happens in your fish tank when you get a brand new fish tank and you have brand new rocks and you have brand new fish and you have brand new decorations and a brand new tank. There's no biology happening. When biology happens, things start to grow. So if you plant any seeds or anything like that in your water from the food droppings and the fish droppings, it goes into the soil and it creates biology. Same thing happens in our pond. So our pond has biology. The green stuff that grows inside the pond, remember seeing the green stuff, the mold and the moss? That's biology. And what that does is over winter, it creates heat, so our pond doesn't freeze completely because the biology creates warmth. It's a living organism. So what we got going on here, H2O, we got water in the top row. A couple things that we've got going are, number one, the cherry tree. This is the cherry.
And another cherry right next.
Hold on to it. Hold on, don't move them. We don't want to move them. So we got a cherry. We've got an orange. We've got a pear. We've got an apple. We got the Siberian elm from the old school. Remember the old school, older than my wife's seeds?
Is it growing?
It's not.
It is.
It is not. I think those are just. I think those are.
A little... Sorry, I think I hit the delete, so we're back on. Go ahead.
Baby, I wish. Oh, I can see it. I wish you had your magnifying glass. Do you know where it is? Okay, go get it. All right. While River gets her magnifying glass, I'll recap because recap kind of does not make her happy. We got cut off, but once again, this is the cherry tree. This is an orange. This is a pear. This is an apple. This is a Siberian elm. This is a juniper. I'm not sure what's in there. There's seems to be something missing, but this is the Elysium. You can see all the little Elysium. Once again, we got a cherry. We got another cherry. We got jungle pepper. We got another jungle pepper. We've got a cypress. We got a Siberian elm. And then we have marigolds, which don't seem to be doing too well, or they take longer to germinate. And then once again, we got a cherry. We got a liquid amber, Far Eastern pear, Siberian elm. And then moving on from that, we've got the bachelor's button.
Baby, I don't know where it is. So if you want to just get back in the live stream.
Next we have
It's in my swimming bag.
Okay, your
well,
swimming
your
bag's
swimming
right
bag's
there.
right there. So next up in the coffee grounds, we got orange apple, liquid amber, palm tree, Siberian elm, oriental juniper, aster. In the banana peel, we got liquid amber, Astaic cypress, Far Eastern pear, Siberian elm, bachelor button, all the way down to the end. And then on the paper towel, we have a palm tree, a cypress tree, a pear tree, a Siberian elm, and then you can see, once again, the aster. I'm going to have to flip this over. Hopefully we won't lose a lot of water. One of the interesting things, if I can find it again, is, and they're not moving now. Let's see.
Moving?
Yeah.
What's moving? Why is it moving?
Remember I told everybody about biology? Well, part of biology is, if you ever have left fruit out too long on your counter, all of a sudden you'll notice that you start getting gnats. And what those gnats are doing is they're drawn towards the sweetness and the rotting fruit, and they want to eat and lay their eggs there and do all kinds of gross things. But that's what gnats do. It's part of life. It's part of God's creation. They're here for a purpose, and that's one of their purposes. When we first opened this up with our normal biology and the humidity and everything going on, I noticed that one of our banana peels was moving. And as I looked closer, I could see little worms moving on top of the banana peel. So even though we thought we had
A contained environment.
something got in there and it laid its eggs, and now its eggs are starting to grow.
Probably was in the coffee grounds or the banana peel, huh?
Could have been. So,
And in that one.
no, you gotta look real close and you'll start to see it. Maybe we'll get some tweezers and we'll move one here in a minute. Which is pretty awesome that I can see this, because I can't see
You can't see anything. Get the tweezers out of my bathroom, baby girl.
I don't want to
Moving on, we can see our cherry trees have done nothing in all three. A matter of fact, in the H2O2 realm right here, we have mold growing. So we can see that what's happening there is basically the fruit that was supposed to have grown has died, and now it's promoting a mold growth. Same thing up here with the water on the cherry tree and the jungle pepper. They are starting to mold. Thank you, baby. So as we move down, though, we can see up here on what I believe it should be an orange tree. We're actually starting to get some growth out of an orange tree. So we're starting to grow an orange tree.
It doesn't look like it.
It doesn't look like it yet, but it is starting to grow. And another, so if we go orange, then we go to the pear. The pear isn't doing anything, but another surprising thing is we're growing an apple tree, like Johnny Appleseed. Remember the story about Johnny Appleseed?
Yeah, but which one? What are these?
Those are the Elysium. So if you go down to the very end, you can kind of see that the Elysium, the marigolds, the bachelor's button, the aster, and I think that was it for those are your just regular garden variety plants. The asters, you plant them in summer, they take root, they sprout up, and by the spring you have a full of flowers, and that's take advantage of what they have. Because at the end of the year, they're going to go away, so they need the birds to spread their seed. Okay? So let's see what else we have growing. If we move down the line, here we go, right here. Right here. If you guys take a look at the coffee and you see this white line,
That's a worm!
that is a worm. I'm not sure what kind of worm it is. If you have a magnifying glass that you can look at it with.
I saw one right next to it.
Do you see it?
Yes. But I did see another one right there. I think it buried again. I think it buried it.
So you can see that they're moving around the top. Now, one thing that we don't see is that we don't see them down here where just the paper towels are, and we're not seeing them up here where the actual plants are. What we're seeing them in is something that's a little bit more, I guess you could say, beneficial to their diet. Now, if you look real good, you can see that he's getting ready to dig in, and what we'll do is we'll grab him and we'll put him on a slide so River can take a look at it later on underneath her microscope.
Microscope.
Hopefully I can move quick enough
Yeah, you better hurry because he's almost into the ground.
to catch him. And I'm sure if he
Oh, gross. He's so gross.
if he gets away, I'm sure
I
we
hate
can we can grab another one. And there he is. It's kind of like that movie we watched,
Ooh, it's moving.
Life.
Yucko. See it moving, River?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Okay, Miss Sarcasm.
Papa,
No.
what is that one?
This is the other slide that you put on top. Okay. And what this will do is it will stop him from moving. And
Bushy. Yucko.
now we've captured him.
You have to like smooth it on so it can like move.
So that gives you a good look at what's going on inside right now.
That's pretty yucko.
So once again, biology. So we've created a ecosystem that is now promoting not only plant life, but we also have bugs that are living in there.
Why? How did they get in here?
Well, there's little cracks in here, and maybe a gnat said, "Oh, I smell the banana peel," and he went in here and he laid his eggs, and now his eggs are growing.
Only girls play.
Yeah.
So it was a girl.
gnat that came inside and planted. Can we move forward now?
Yeah, I think it wanted to plant with us.
It wanted to plant with us. Now,
ahead.
just because we have those, it doesn't. Oh wow, this guy's still moving in there. That's so crazy. You can see he's trying to escape. So we're just gonna give him a nice mash.
Oh!
There we go.
Okay.
Because we don't want him getting away.
Yeah, we don't want him getting away. That was
We want to
gross.
be able to look at him, and if he got away, then the wife would be upset with me.
Maggots getting loose in the house.
Okay, I know this guy's. Be patient with us. It's a super long experiment. We went with a lot of stuff. So one thing that we can see right off the bat is that the regular water, the plants have been super fruitful. We can even see that in the row of the H2O2, the plants have grown longer, faster,
And these ones have grown.
but it's like they've grown too fast, too long, too fast, because they can't even support themselves. You can look at them; they're all laying over. They're all having a hard time standing up because they've grown too fast. So maybe
And too wide. And too big.
maybe the H2O2 is good for maybe an established plant that you want to have grow.
What's an established plant, River?
So an established plant is like River's plant. So over there we have, I don't even know what they're called, an ivy. No, what is
It's like,
it?
I don't know. It's a house plant we got when River was born.
So
And we
it's
cut off
it's
some
like this.
One.
So
That's a piece of it.
when Trin got this plant, which she so graciously handed over to me after she handed it over to her mom, and then it started to really start to grow down. And about 2 years ago, I went through and replanted it and cut some leaves and wiped all the leaves and gave it a lot of love and let it listen to music. And then you can see what it's grown into now, this monstrosity. So it's an established plant. It's grown to the point where it needs more room. And as you can see right here, what it is, it's trying to find soil. So these are not like the green leaves. These are kind of brown and they're kind of coarse. What this is it's a root, and it's trying to find somewhere new to live. So today we're going to take this piece and we're going to...
Roots are something that plants grow so they could do something else, like get some more room or get some more air
Good job.
or get some more water.
Or get some more water.
Maybe I hope it doesn't go all the way over there or here.
I don't know. One thing we can also see is that if we look at the coffee grounds, just straight coffee grounds, how are those coffee grounds doing with our plants?
Oh, I saw another worm right
Okay, but we're not on the worms right now. We are on coffee grounds. What do we see in coffee grounds?
there. Worms.
And what else? If you look over there,
Miracles.
you're not going to see it. If you look over
Miracles.
here, what else do you see that's going on? What do you see going on in this row?
It's growing.
What in this row? Do we see growth?
Yes.
Is the apple tree growing?
Yes.
Is the orange tree starting to grow?
No.
Yes,
Yes.
it is.
Oh.
It is. Are the xylem growing?
Yes.
And then if we go to the next row, we see no growth, no growth, no growth. A
little
little bit
growth.
of growth.
And no.
And we go to the next row and we see some growth, some growth, some growth, some growth. And then we go to the coffee and what do we see?
A little growth and no growth. A little growth
Just-
and no growth.
Just the slightest bit of growth.
And some worms. Yeah.
And worms. And the worms are also in the bananas. You just can't see them right now.
Yeah. Because they dig down somewhere. I don't know.
And
Near
then,
those bananas.
so what do we see in the banana? Do we see a lot of growth?
No.
And in the paper towel, do we see a lot of growth?
A little bit growth, but not a lot of growth.
Okay.
So, no.
So, what we can see is that
This is the highest growth.
the highest growth. And what did we put in there? Water.
Yeah.
So we can see that what promotes the highest amount of growth is water. Just straight H2O. As far as the experiment that we're performing right now. Paper towels work really well because you can see that they're sprouting up very well. Banana peels by themselves, not very good, no bueno. And coffee grounds just by themselves, once again, not so good. So we've got another couple of weeks that we're going to grow this. But we'll check in next week because some of these might already need to be transplanted, like the asylum, the marigolds, and the aster. We might need to pull those plants out because we don't want them to top out and start to bend back down. We want them to grow into fruitful flowers so that by the end of summer, before River goes back to school, we'll be able to revisit this and you'll be able to see her beautiful, beautiful flowers as long as we can keep the squirrels and the birds away from them. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to go back through and we are going to get our water on. So we know that row number 1, water, straight water. So we're going to get some water going on in here. Make sure everybody's doing good.
Bobby, you're spilling.
It's okay. It's going to soak it out. And once again, we're just getting back onto our cross-contamination. But even with that cross-contamination, we can see that
Papa, there's still a little bit more.
we can see
That's
that
the miracle grow.
This is the miracle grow. That was just water. We can see that it actually is. It might have made a difference just as far as the germination process of the flower. And what germination is that every flower, every seed comes into the world and it's dormant and it needs water, oxygen, and air
And what is the last one?
to germinate.
H2O2.
And the last one is going to be the H2O2, which once again
It's just water.
is water mixed with hydrogen peroxide.
Yes.
What's crazy is the amount of mold that we're experiencing in the H2O2 mixture because everybody knows you put hydrogen peroxide on the cut to clean it out. But right here, it's growing mold. What does that mean about H2O2?
Mold is something that comes out of a bottle.
It comes from something rotting.
Yes. Or it could come out of something like this. If you leave something in it
Yes.
for a long, long time.
Yes. So we don't drink something that's been sitting for a long, long time. It's probably bad.
And then we're going to go ahead and put just
Actually,
water
this is just
in
a
this.
slow
I'm not going to put any moisture right now into the coffee grounds because the coffee grounds are just soaked. It might be another reason why the worms seem to like it so much because there is so much water in there.
And they want some watties.
Oh, I just smushed them a little bit too much.
Now you have to find another
I
one.
gotta find another one. find that. All right, little baby, keep your eyes open. We'll try to find another worm to squish. I'll grab it. All right, so once again, we're going to go back through and give everything a second gambit. Even though we have a lot, there's some of these pucks that just did not swell up. What's exciting is, though, that we're actually growing an apple tree. You know how many apple seeds I planted as a kid?
600.
Probably. You know how many apple seeds grew?
None.
600.
None.
Why? You
Because,
didn't do 600.
because I didn't do it right. Once again, like when we planted the apple seed, what did we have to do? We had to cut it, remember? We had to cut it on the side.
Yeah.
And maybe it was just the soil. Maybe it was just not time. Maybe God just said, you know what? Why don't we wait for Jimmy to have a successful apple grow until he has River with him. And so now I have River with me, and
You succeed.
there you go.
Papa, I think you did enough because they're just soaking up right now.
They are. See how tall they're getting?
Yes. Maybe you've done enough water.
All right, so
I'll look for another one.
we're looking for one more worm.
Because Baba smushed it on accident. Too much.
Too much. All right, so we'll just let this sit and see if the water pushes them out. Maybe they'll say, oh, it's too much water. Another thing is, you can see with the cross-contamination that we didn't notice before, is that the coffee grounds on this end and on this end, where it kind of overflowed, are bubbling. So,
Why?
because it found something foreign that it needs to feel, it feels like it needs to clean it. And because it's cleaning it, it bubbles, like when you put it on your skin. So there's something in there that it's cleaning out. And there's another worm. Right here.
Where did you get that bite? Good.
Now, he's super quick. It's amazing how quick he is.
You lost.
Or did I? There he is.
He's super quick.
Guys, I really did not expect for this move your head experiment to take this long.
Did you get him?
Yes.
No.
Yes, I did. There's worm number 2. There we go. Alright, so we're going to move this over here by the water. Alright. So, there we go. That's after one solid week. Big successes once again. We have an orange and an apple tree that are starting to take root and grow. Now we'll take our experiment and we will reseal it with our tape.
Why is it so loud?
Why is it so loud?
Yes.
Is that what you said after you beat on the drums?
No, the cat is so loud. That just so loud. God, I just love the smell of that.
Alright. See how we have a little crack right there? That's probably where they got it. Alright, so this goes back in the window. What are you doing?
Why?
When you got up to go somewhere.
We're just smelling.
Hopefully that doesn't slide off and land on you.
Ew.
Good? Good to go? Alright.
So we
grow again. So what we're going to do here is we're going to get our transplant on. Sorry. So with our transplant, we're going to make sure we have some open stock on this.
Why?
So it has somewhere to get the water. Another thing we're going to do is we can try to bend these roots to go in there.
What's in there?
This is actually potting soil from my garden outside.
And you got a pill in there, don't you?
Yeah, there's pills and there's bugs. So
What pills?
Miracle Grow pill. So we're just going to have a hard time with some of these. So we're going to cut them down just a little bit. And then we'll plant it. So yes, we do have a Miracle Grow pellet in there, and what I'm doing is I'm just planting in these new roots that they're trying to grow, that it's trying to grow from. And what that'll do is that'll give it a direction to go. And we're even going to try one of these. We're going to try just a root that we cut off of one of the stems. And we'll see if that'll even just grow its own.
We're going to eat it?
No, this is not edible. We don't eat this. This is just a pretty flower for your pretty house. You know what I mean?
Oh, because you said...
Well, this is we don't
taste.
we don't eat this. You can taste it if you want to. It's not poisonous. If you want to taste some, you can. Alright, so this is super heavy. Alright, so what you're going to do now is you're going to give it some water. Can you give it some water?
What?
Is it gonna leak out the bottom?
No, it's not going to leak out the bottom. These are closed. These are repurposed feet. Right here, baby. There's water right here. Got it right here for you. Don't put too much in.
How much do I...
I'll tell you when to stop pouring.
I think it's a too big jug.
Should move your... Okay.
Alright, that should work. Just try to rub this down in there so it kind of stands. We might use a rubber band later. Alright, that water's soaked in. Let's get some more. More water.
I'm a water girl. I see a bug.
I understand. Pour the water.
That's enough.
Alright, you're good.
Soak it in.
We're probably going to have to use something to stand this up because it's really wanting to leak. Alright, so our water's good. It's okay that it's a little bit overhydrated, but we're planting a new plant, so this one will soak that water right up. And we should have new growth for a Rivers plant. Alright, now we're moving on.
To another plant.
Real quick, you can see
I
there,
accidentally spilled this.
there is our avocado.
Yes. That
Please
is right.
don't spin the table. This is the avocado, and if you look down inside the avocado, you can see that the avocado is split, and there's a little itty bitty ball inside of it. And what that means is this avocado is germinated, and it's starting to get it to grow on. So we've done two things with this. We've done water, and we've done H2O, which is hydrogen and water mixed together.
Hydrogen
So
peroxide?
the first week I had it with just water. Now we've got second week with hydrogen peroxide to see what's going to happen. I'm even going to shove this piece in there. I think this piece might actually grow too. It's going to be a wild plant.
Yes.
So our avocado is growing just fine. We don't have it in direct sunlight. It is over by the fish tank. Moving on.
We have a dead fish that is
Biology.
freezed on it, on the glass.
We have
Because I think the water is cold a little bit, and he got freeze. I think it's a boy or girl.
where did that
They all look the
needle
same
go?
because they're all black. Except for one of them.
All right. So this is cherry tree in its own terrarium. As you can see, we have absolutely no growth. Now we'll try to work it in there and get some more water in there. It was a little bit dry. Cherry tree, week 1, no growth. In this one we have apple tree. Apple tree, week 1 in earth,
Is no growth.
no growth.
A little growth because look at that.
Actually, that is the weeds. That is because we got this dirt from out in the garden. So I don't know what's growing in there, but it's not the apple tree
Oh, my baby.
that we were looking to grow. It's something else. You got that down? You're writing that down in your notes?
There. Got that one down.
Okay, and then we're going to give this another shot
Can you show us your notes?
of water.
Lettuce.
Excellent. Yes, got it. Okay.
And we have orange tree,
Why are you
which
doing
we have
all the same? All the same. All the same.
because we planted them differently. Now, if you remember looking over there, the orange tree was already growing, so was the apple tree. And these, we can't see that growth.
Why?
Papa, why did someone
Either
somebody's
they're not
name?
taking, or they're still fighting their way up through the earth. Because once you
So there's less soil in that one, so they sprouted more quickly and you could see them quicker. Is that it?
those are little potting pucks. Little baby. Oh, never mind. I'll get it.
It's okay. Oh, you're going to show us the potting puck? Does that taste good?
So what you have in a potting puck is this.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
And what a potting puck is, it's just basically,
It's a pot and it's a puck. And it looks like a hockey puck.
it is compressed soil. And what you do with this is in the center you have a little dot. You put your seed in the little dot. It expands and it grows. So it lifts the seed up. So the seed's not having to fight through the earth. It's just kind of like having a quick start to planting. And then as you go through the other 4,
Goodness.
those are the ones that were planted off the seeds that were put
Ancient.
in 1971. And
Oh, I said they were ancient, and I'm from 1972, so
there you go.
there you go.
So those plants are still not doing anything, so we will continue.
What about your box?
we
Oh,
will
you're not there yet,
continue
sorry.
To see what happens with them. They still have hydration. They still have a great ecosystem going on. They've been sealed off from the world for whatever 100 years because they're ancient. Ancient's a long time, huh?
Like 345 years ago.
345 years ago. That's how old you are.
Yes.
Moving on.
It's only just water. It's not any of them. Well, it is just the first one, the water.
I can't see you. Can you move this water?
Moving on. We have our other experimente.
See?
So in this one,
Yes.
we also tried just cherry tree by itself. So
Yes.
if we look at the cherry tree through the bag and in the mini greenhouse, we can see we have no growth. We come over to the pear, and once again we can look at the seed and we can see we have no growth. The green apple, once again, we can look at it and we can see we have no growth. The mango, on the other hand,
Yes, see. Yes.
the mango has been quite busy.
coconut some? Yeah. Yes.
So,
It's been very, 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 very,
because we checked this the other day, didn't we?
Yes.
And as you can see, what's that?
Papa, why does it say pear on it?
Because you had
It
no,
says
it's root. Yeah.
I am root.
Oh, remember the one that the new movie?
And is that its
The new
root?
one?
As you can see, its root has taken off and it's started to grow.
Oh, you need your nails done. Let me back up.
Well, my nails are full of dirt because I'm digging in the dirt. That's what happens when you dig in the dirt. Dirt gets under your nails.
I remember watching this second Guardians of the Galaxy, and we were just dancing.
Root, yep. Alright, so now we're going to put a little bit of water in here, because what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and transplant.
Translate, you mean?
Transplant our mango tree. So,
Want me to pour?
I want you to pour it. Good. Because apparently mango trees are very, very fast growing. So
Charlie's outside. Do I need to go?
we're going to put him in here. And now we're going to put some more water.
More water?
Mhm.
Okay.
This is why my nails are dirty.
Oh, gosh.
What's it is? Is that enough water? Yes? No?
Now you put a little bit more. A little bit more. Alright, that should do. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cover this one up. And once again, we're going to make another greenhouse
Greenhouse right now.
by just using the pot and some cover. And then these guys we're going to put back because they haven't done anything yet. Trees.
So we have to wait for another 1,000 years.
You have to wait another week. Trees seem to be one of the hardest things to grow so far. Our other plants we seem to be doing quite well with. What?
Huh?
What? You said something. What? What?
Nothing.
Alright. And now we're going back to... This is going to be our final one.
Dun dun dun!
And these are the magnolias. Once again, what did we say about the magnolia that was growing in the sun?
Oh. Is this the seed scriptures?
Yep.
A farmer went out to sow a seed. As he was scattering the seeds, some fell along the path, and the birds came and ate it up. Some fell on rocky places where it did not have much soil. It sprang up quickly because the soil was shallow. But when the sun came up, the plants were scorched, and they withered because they had no root. Other seed fell among thorns, which grew up and choked the plants. Still other seed fell on good soil, where it produced a crop, 100, 60, or 30 times what was sown. And this is what Jesus said. He said, "Whoever has ears, let him hear."
So once again, this is the seed that fell in good planting soil. And if I was thinking, I would have had the other seed in bad planting soil. But if you want to see that, stop by the house at any given time and look at the front yard. Because we feed the birds. What do we feed the birds?
What did?
Which are...
Seeds.
And what happens...
And little round seeds, like a little ball.
And what happens to those seeds? River.
They get eaten.
They get eaten by what?
Harmless birds.
The birds eat them, and so do the squirrels.
Yes.
And then what happened to some of the seeds? Remember your yellow bucket?
That's hanging in the tree because we don't want the squirrels to eat it.
What happened to it?
It got eaten?
No, it grew. So some of the seeds grew, right?
Something.
And some didn't.
Well, my potatoes.
Your potatoes did, yeah. We got potatoes growing in the garage or in the yard too,
Because my
but we're
uncle's-
talking about the seeds, baby. The seeds that you throw out.
Birdseed?
Yeah. What happens in the morning when you walk out the door the first time?
No birds are there.
They fly away,
They
right?
fly
They're
away.
eating them. And then they fly away because we scare them when we open the door.
Well, yeah, because it's noisy and squeaky.
Right.
Yes. But otherwise, they come and eat the seeds. Some of the seed actually grew in our planter underneath a protective shield that I have to have on most of the things that we plant.
This?
No, that's not outside. That's in the house. And then some of the seeds grew in her bucket, so we moved it up into the tree.
Yes,
she
because
doesn't-
I didn't want any squirrels to eat it.
So you can see that that's the seed. So what we have here is a marigold seed that was grown so far outside, has the sunlight, has the potting soil, looks great. And then we're going to go over to the marigold seed that is like what?
It has no sun, right?
Has no
Because it's
sun.
in the
It's
box.
like you without God, right?
I would just scream until I died.
Okay. All right. So this is
Brilliant.
this is a seed that's grown in the dark. This seed has no light. The seed has the same amount of water. We put the same amount of water in both of them. And as you can see, the seed has grown and it has taken root, but at the same time the seed is lifeless, without color. You have one seed that's grown completely tall. You have another seed that's down here that doesn't know what it's doing because it's trying to search for the light. And then you have other seeds that are down there that just are little. Once again, this is the only light that they're getting right now. And
Zero
because
So they're not healthy.
so they're not healthy. They're not healthy, they're not growing strong. They're not doing the things that you can do when you have the light in your life.
Shining on down the light.
So everything that's been in the light has grown, and this is another little experiment. This one was just all the leftover seeds that we just threw in there. So you can see they are taking off quite well. As a matter of fact, these guys probably just want to be uncovered at this point. And these are marigold seeds also. So you can see how having the light in your life promotes healthy growth, promotes you growing bigger and stronger, faster than living in the dark. And that's all I have to say. Now I'm going to hand it over to River and start putting things away.
Okay, so all this whole time we tried to make everything grow, but
Are you in charge of making things grow?
the phone can't talk.
Are you in charge of making things grow? Can you plant it and water it and give it sun? But who makes it grow?
God.
I'm glad you understand that. Go on.
So all this time everything didn't grow because God because because God controls the light.
Mm-hmm.
So he put the light on the other side of the world.
Right.
And he put the moon on our side of the but in the morning, we have the sun.
That's
and
right.
then they have the dark shade.
Mm-hmm.
There might be pain in the night.
But joy comes in the morning.
Yes.
Very good. That's a good Bible verse.
Joy gives us, light gives us joy, dark gives us shame.
Mm-hmm.
Is that why I have a
It's
little
pretty
book?
deep. What else do you have for us?
Excuse me.
Oh. Got a magnifying glass
Mhm.
that helped us find wormies.
Do you need a magnifying glass to see things?
Yes, if they're very, very, very small. Like, let's see here.
What if you use your magnifying glass to see things that are wrong with other people?
How about we can see this? If it's gray, then we can see.
Papa has something.
I'm just putting
Oh,
things
he's
away.
putting things away. So, you have the magnifying glass and you want to see things that are wrong with other people, but sometimes we need to use our magnifying glass to see what's wrong with us, huh?
Yeah, sometimes something is very, 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 very small.
Right.
Tiny small.
Tiny is small.
Everybody's
What do we... Okay, because we're over here now. Okay.
I want to be over here. Say hello to Tiny.
Okay. Because...
I think that wraps it up.
Okay.
Hi, Tiny. Hi, everybody.
Okay.
My name is
Are we
Tiny.
done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to let him say hi to Thor, too?
Say hi to Thor, everybody. This is my brother. I'm older than him because I'm a 6-year-old
Okay.
and he's a 2-year-old.
And when we do your magnifying... Or your... worm in the...
We'll just talk about it later.
In the magnifying glass. No, what is that thing called?
Microscope.
In the microscope. We'll talk about that later. Right? Say goodbye.
Bye-bye, everybody. Say bye, Thor.
Bye, Thor.